Hi, I'm Jade. Welcome to today's yoga class. It's all about opening our bodies to bring in more space and also strengthening the body. So, the stronger we are, the more protected we are in our joints physically. And opening to more space in the body is bringing that sense of clarity and openness. The more space we have in ourselves, inside and out, means we can connect more to each other, to our environment and to spirit. So we'll get started. Finding yourself a comfortable position, maybe sitting up on something, roll the shoulders back and down, bringing the hands in any mudra of your choice or just resting them on your lap. And then finding the breath. If you can, closing the eyes down and turning your attention inwards. Starting to feel into your body and how it's feeling in this moment. Bring your awareness down into the lower body, your feet and legs. The sit bones against the mat or cushion. And then from that place of groundedness, see if you can really soften to the earth a little bit more. And from there, lifting up through the crown of your head. So rooting to rise a little. Feeling as though you've just created a little bit more space in between the vertebrae. The back of the neck nice and long, chin tucked in, and the shoulders coming down away from the ears. So it's just a subtle movement of a little lift in the spine and lifting in the centre of the heart. But also we want to be relaxed here. Keep scanning your attention through your body, around your hips and pelvis. Just taking note of how you feel in each area right now. In the belly and the lower back. Moving your awareness up your back, your spine, and middle back, upper back. The shoulder blades, around the tops of the shoulders and the chest, the abdomen. Awareness down your arms into your hands and fingers. And awareness in the back of your head, your neck, crown of your head, forehead, eyes, cheeks, and jaw. Awareness now in the whole of your body, the body as a whole, the shape that it's making right now, the space that it's taking up in the room or place that you're in. And just feeling into the breath, consciously deepening and lengthening. Inviting that breath to go deep into the belly, into the middle of the ribs and then up to the chest. And then all the way back down again. So inviting in these full yogic breaths. A wave in and a wave out. These full yogic breaths are increasing the flow of oxygen and prana in the body, the life force energy, improving circulation, respiration, and calming any stress and anxiety in the nervous system and the mind. Very simple technique, deep full breaths. A lot of us are used to reverse breathing, which means that we're breathing really high up in the chest area, not the belly. So this sometimes can be a bit odd at first until we learn how to breathe like this again, down into the belly, then up to the chest, and back down again. It might help you to place your hands on your belly and your heart And as you breathe in, press the belly into the hand, then lift the heart to the hand. Then as you breathe out, allow the heart to fall and the belly pulling in. And if there's only one thing you do every day, let it be this: to breathe fully and consciously. And to just be with that ebb and flow of your own breath. So just to begin, we'll bring the palms together at the third eye centre, making an intention for your practice today. Maybe that's personal to you. What brings you to your mat? What would you like to get from your practice? And then bringing it to the heart. And we can offer this practice out to someone or something greater than ourselves. So maybe it's towards someone that needs a bit of healing right now, towards the earth, towards life itself, towards something divine in however way that means to you. And we can do that by chanting the mantra Om, breathing in deeply. Om. And release the hands down. So we're going to stretch forward from this position, keep the sit bones rooted. Inhale, lift, roll the shoulders back and down, and then exhale, walking the hands forward, trying to get this big length through the spine. So rooting through the sit bones, but reaching the fingertips away, crown of the head reaching towards the fingers, looking down at the mat, back of the neck flat, lengthening the spine from the tail all the way to the crown. Breathe in there. Feel that space in the sides of the waist, as though your ribs and hips are extending away from each other. And on the inhale, lifting it back up, walking the hands in. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down there. Inhale, raise the arms slowly with the breath. Coming into a side stretch, left hand coming down, right hand reaching over. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to reach it over. Both sit bones planted equally, so try not to lift up through that right side. And again, breathing into that lateral stretch there. Breathing in, feeling the ribcage move up and down with your breath. Inviting space in with each inhalation. And on the next in-breath, we'll lift it up. Palms touch, get this space and length. And exhale, coming down to the other side. If you can turn the head to look up, rolling that top shoulder back so we're not collapsing down. If you're collapsing, come up a little bit more. We really want the chest and the heart to be open and no crunching with the chin, the neck or the shoulder. Space between chin and chest and ear and shoulder. And then breathe into that left side of the ribs. If it's too much to look up, always just adjust so you can look ahead or down. We never want any pain or crunching in the neck. Inhale to lift back up. Coming into a twist. Right hand to left knee and left hand behind you at the base of your spine. Exhale and twist. Each in-breath lift and lengthen through the crown. Each out-breath twisting a bit deeper. Squeezing away any old stagnant energy. And inhaling fresh space and lightness. Next in-breath, lift to center, raise the arms, get that space. From that space, exhale to the other side. Work with the breath. Inhale to lift and exhale to twist. Without forcing, just really stay receptive to your body. Don't push too much. Keep listening. And inhale, lifting up. Look to the hands this time. And exhale, draw the energy down your center line to your heart. Take a breath in here. And exhale. We'll swap the legs around so they're crossed in a different position. And from here, we're going to roll around the neck. So making big circles with the neck in front of you. Sink in the breath with the movement. Exhale, the chin comes down. And inhale, comes up again. If you notice any places that feel extra tight, then just stop there. breathe a bit deeper, maybe stretch a little bit deeper. You can always use your hands to give a massage to release away the tension. So use your intuition. If you feel like there's a certain place that needs a little bit extra love and attention, then go with what you feel. Making sure you go both directions with the circle. Keep that nice full deep breaths. So we want the breath even and smooth. And this is a priority in our practice. If the breath becomes jagged or short, or there's sounds, gasping, then it means we're going too much. We need to just have this even breath, real steadiness and ease, sthira and sukha. So we're going to do the same sequence with the legs crossed this way because we want to bring a bit of evenness in the body. We always have patterns and tendencies to cross the legs a certain way or do things a certain way. So inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart, and exhale, walk the hands forward. Root through the sit bones and reaching forward. And then back of the neck, long, reach the crown of the head to the hands and breathe there into the space in the sides of the waist and between the vertebrae space. Next, in-breath, walk the hands back in. And exhale, roll the shoulders back down. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind, twist. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Next in-breath, lift to the center. Straight to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale to center. I'm going to come into that stretch now, lateral stretch, left hand down, right hand over. Both seat bones rooted. Inhale, space. Exhale, reach and stretch. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach. And next in-breath, lifting up. Space, lift. Exhale, other side. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale a bit deeper. And breathing in to lift up. Look to the hands. Exhale, draw the hands down. Take a breath in here. And exhale. We'll just reach the legs out. And just beginning to circle around through the ankles and the toe joints a little bit. So if you're hearing clicks and creaks and cracks, that's really good. It's all that excess air or vata being released from the body. And we're going to stir the pot. So we're getting into the joints. Pawanmuktasana means the joint releasing sequence. So we're starting with the ankles. And then we're going to come into the hips. We'll stir the pot. Take the hands, interlace the fingers. Imagine a giant pot and just begin to stir. Really reaching forward so you feel that stretch through the hips and the inner and outer thighs. And sinking it up again with your breath. And let's go the other way. Keep pressing the feet out so the ankles are flexed. And keep the core active, so lifting through Mula Bandha or pelvic floor. And lifting the navel in and up, so trying to keep the back nice and straight and lifted. If you're collapsing like this, then sit up on something always. And then we bring the soles of the feet in, flap up and down a little bit. And then just bringing the soles of the feet down, take hold of the right leg, and we're just going to extend and flex the knee. Inhale to lift and exhale, bend. the other side. So just really tuning into the knee joint here. And really working with the breath. We want to sync the movements and breath. Remember, this is yoga. It's all bringing everything into alignment to the present. Breath, body, intention. And then switching the legs around. If you can, sitting up on the knees, we'll roll the shoulders back and down a few times. And the other way. If it's not comfortable to sit like this, just stay cross-legged or another seated position. Inhale to open the hands, exhale fingertips onto the shoulders. And we're going to move side to side, so try and keep the triceps parallel to the floor, breathing in and out through the nose. So we're going to breathe into the right and out to the left. You can speed it up or slow it down accordingly for your body. And come to the center, release. Neck, left ear to right shoulder. And right shoulder to left ear. Other way round. You know what I mean. Lifting up, tuck the toes under, give them a little stretch out so you can apply as much pressure as you want by sitting your weight back onto them. If it's a bit much, you can go onto your hands and just apply the pressure like that. You do want it to feel uncomfortable though, to be getting into work the joints of the toes and open all the sensory receptors of the feet. Keep that deep breath, connection. And then we're coming on to all fours. We're going to work the wrists a little bit. So walk the wrists around. Maybe they come out to the side, or maybe you can turn them all the way back. And then from there, we're just going to start to make circles. So just remember that the wrists are a very vulnerable area. Some of us, we can be a bit weak, me included. But while you're here, really lift the navel to the spine and try and bring the shoulders in front of the wrists so that we're really working them. Planting the hands firmly down, all the knuckles underneath the knuckles are rooted, fingers splayed so there's gaps, and then we'll go the other way. Try and flatten that curve of the lower back so the bum's not sticking up. My tendency, because I have a curve in the back, is this, so I have to scoop the tail under a little bit. So go in both directions there with the wrists. And then just sitting back, roll them out. One way and the other. And we'll come back. Do a bit of cat-cows, so you know the drill probably. Inhale to dip the spine and lift the crown. And exhale, scoop it under, rounding chin to chest. Tailbone initiates the move, and really mindfully feel into the ripples of the vertebrae as the spine extends and flexes. And next time you come into cat, rounding the spine, just stop in there for a few breaths. Really feel into that pose as if you're pressing the floor away from you. Arching the spine up to the sky, scooping the tail under, chin to chest. Round out the back as much as you can. And breathe into that back body. Then inhale, dip the spine and stop in there. So as if you're pressing the chest through the shoulders, tilting the crown, tilting the tip of the tail. Excuse me, and breathing. Feeling into that pose. Again, it's as if we are pressing the floor away and lifting ourselves, rebounding off the floor. Deep breaths into the belly. And then coming back, child's pose. Bring the knees wide, toes together and reaching forward. Let the head come down. If it doesn't come down, then Keep pressing the sit bones to the heels and come onto the forearms, or another way to help lengthen the lower back. This is the priority in child's pose. Always, if your wrists are feeling a bit much, you can always stop and give them a little roll out and join back in when you feel ready. We're going to come up and do tiger pose. So we'll start with the left leg, so you can see it more. We're going to bend the ankle and keep the knee bent. So as we inhale, we're coming into that kind of cow position, except we're pressing the sole of the foot up to the sky and lifting up. And then as you exhale, round the spine and pull the knee towards your forehead. Moving like this with your breath. So you really want your core to be switched on, lifting the navel to the spine and pulling up pelvic floor. Inhale to press up and exhale to bring it in. One more. And last one, holding it here. And maybe you can reach back with the right hand, taking hold of the top of the foot or the ankle and pressing the foot into the hand, lifting into a nice back bend. If it's too much, always just stay with the previous position. And exhale, come down. Roll the wrists if you need to before we go the other side. And when you're ready, tiger with the right leg. Inhale to lift. Exhale to squeeze in. Keep checking into your posture. Are your hands rooted firmly? Are you lifting the navel to the spine? Is your core turned on and active? And is your breath smooth and synced with your movements? And this one, holding it there, or taking the second option, reaching back. I'm using that to deepen your back bend by pressing the foot into the hand. We can lift away from the ground, deeper into the back bend there. And exhale, come down. Child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. If you need to, just roll out the wrists. And we're going to do more of a sequence now. Moving between child's pose, all fours, and cobra or sphinx. So starting from child's, breathe in here and breathe out. On an in-breath coming up, lifting onto all fours. On the out-breath, we're going to lower down. So try and keep the elbows tucked, lowering all the way down. Elbows right in towards the ribs. And inhale, hello cobra, roll the shoulders back and down. On the out-breath, come down. Press back to child's pose, tuck the toes under. On the in-breath, lift it up, downward dog. Bent knees, lift your tip of your tail. Exhale, reach the heels back. Inhale, lift onto the balls of your feet. Come down, all fours. Inhale, cow. And exhale, child. Take a few breaths. We're going to do that again. So we're just going between our vinyasa sequence through cobra, all fours, and downward dog. Deep breath in here, 3 deep breaths in all directions. And then inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. So if you're finding it hard to do this, find the right way for your body. The main thing is that we're wrapping the triceps under, coming down. Inhale to lift, shoulders back. Exhale, press the sit bones to heels, tuck the toes. Inhale, downward dog, knees bent on the balls of the feet. Exhale, reach the heels back. Inhale, soft knees lift onto the balls. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, dip the spine, cow. And exhale, round back to child's. Take a few deep breaths there in all directions. And we'll do that sequence once more when you're ready. Take a deep breath in and out maybe through the mouth. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, coming down, elbows tucked. Inhale, scoop it through. Exhale, round back. Sit bones to heels, tuck the toes. Inhale, lift up, soft knees, balls of the feet, downward dog. Exhale, heels reach back. Inhale, soft knees up on the balls. Exhale, drop the knees. Inhale, cow. And exhale, child's pose. You might want to sweep the arms back now and give them a little rest. Or keep them forward. Or if you need to roll your wrists out, again, intuitively do what you need to there. 3D full breaths. And if you need to have a little cleansing breath, breathe out through the mouth. And when you're ready, reach the hands forward. And we'll come back to downward dog. So tucking the toes, lifting it up. Soft knees and walking out your dog. One heel, then the other. Remembering the hands are really rooted. Index finger and thumb. Weight is in that side of the hand. And then find some stillness in your down dog. Wrap the triceps under, press the chest towards the thighs. And reaching the hips away from the ribs. Scooping the tip of the tail to the ceiling. Inner thighs rolling back towards the wall or space behind you. Then when you're ready, we'll walk the feet to the hands. Coming into a soft forward fold or a ragdoll. So you can take the elbows or you can let the arms dangle and just rock side to side. Shake or move in whatever way you need to. Now we'll come into a little twist here, bending the right knee. Right hand comes down in the centre of the mat, maybe on the fingertips, or if you can't reach, just really bend the knees. Plant the hand, bend the right knee a lot and start to straighten out the left knee as you inhale and lift the left hand. We're working towards stacking the shoulders and lifting the heart open. Look up if you can, if it's too much for the neck, looking ahead or down. The more you straighten that left leg, the more you'll feel it in the top of that hamstring, but again, don't push too much. Stay with the steadiness and ease of your deep breaths and how that is your guide in your practice. On the out breath, bring it down, bend the other knee, straighten the right knee and inhale, lift. Keep extending that right leg to feel it. Keep with the breath and exhale down. Come into a half forward fold, hands on the shins, lift and lengthen. Roll the shoulders back and down, dip the spine as if you're in cow, so as if you're trying to create a little back bend. Press the sit bones away from the crown, feel the spine lengthen. And breathe as deeply as you can into the sides, the back and the front of your body, all directions with the breath there. And then soften the knees, fold down again. I'm going to tuck the chin to the chest, soften the knees. And coming up one vertebrae at a time, press into the feet, root down, and start to scoop the tail under as you inhale one vertebrae at a time, going all the way up. Rolling the shoulders back and down there. We'll do a traditional round of sun salutation, and then after that we'll add a few more extras on. So we're going to get really nice and warm. From the front of your mat, find Tadasana. You can do Tadasana in two ways. You've got feet together, Samasthiti, or feet hip distance, which I prefer. So if you prefer the feet together, then go for it. Front of the mat, exhale, palms together. And come into the breath. So sun salutations are a sequence of movements, and it's a meditation to connect to the energy of the sun and to give thanks to it. It's a pranam, so a reverential salutation to the life-given force on the planet, which is the yogis say we are the microcosm of the macrocosm, so everything that's outside of us is also contained within us on a smaller level. So we're connecting to our internal sun, so the light inside the heart, your true self. So each of the moves is an honouring of this solar, powerful energy of light. So exhale in here. Then inhale to reach the arms. Give it a back bend if it's comfortable. You can squeeze your glutes to protect the back. And exhale, swan diving forward. Try and have a flat back. So pressing the sit bones away as you exhale, fold down. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, right foot stepping back. Runner's lunge. Just stop here for a few breaths. So we want the front knee over the ankle. Release the legs are switched on, so squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs towards each other. No rounding in the spine, lifting the heart, lifting the crown, looking straight ahead. Weight is in the legs and the core. And then plant the hands. On the in-breath, come into plank. Stopping here for a few breaths. Shoulders are over the wrists or just in front of. Lower belly scooped under. Tail scooped under. Crown reaching forward. And then exhale to lower the knees like we did before, elbows wrapped. Exhaling down. Inhale coming up. More of a high cobra here, none of this. Roll the shoulders back and down, bend the arms if you need to. Chin tucked, back of the neck long. Heart reaching forward through the shoulders. Hands firmly planted, index finger and thumb side, mostly. And then to downward dog, you can go straight there if you have it in your practice, or exhale through, tucking the toes, and inhale, downward dog. Take 5 to 8 breaths there. Diaphragmatic or belly breaths. Checking in with your alignment. And the next in-breath, reach the right leg up. Come on the ball of the left foot. And on the out-breath, bring that foot through. Shift your weight forward and step it through. If you need to, you can always drop the back knee and scuffle that foot forward, whatever needs to happen to get it through. Runner's lunge there. So lifting the heart, lifting the crown. Maybe just moving about a little bit. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Squeeze the core in. On the next in-breath, step back foot to meet the front, flat back, lengthen, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. So reach the arms open as if you're gathering energy up, scooping it around your body in a ball, and exhaling down to the heart. Recalibrate, so that's one half. We did it with the right leg, we do the other half. In the same way, but more flowing. Joining together on the in-breath to lift. On the out-breath to lower, flat back, all the way. Forehead to the knees. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left foot back. Runner's lunge. Plant the hands, inhale, plank. And exhale, knees, chest, chin, down. Inhale, press the chest through the shoulders, cobra. Exhale to down dog, through child's or straight there. 5 to 8 breaths. Get your position. Wrap the triceps under, index finger and thumb rooted. And lengthening through the sides of the waist and the spine. Next in breath, lift the left leg. Come on the ball of the right foot, bring that knee through and step it. Do whatever you need to shuffle it forward. Runner's lunge. Inhale, back foot meets the front, flat back, lengthen crown from tail. Exhale, fold. Soft knees if you need to. And inhale, scoop up that energy, press the floor away from you. Exhaling to the heart. And recalibrate there. Cleansing breaths if you feel the need. Okay, we'll do the same sun salutation sequence, but add in a few little extras and tweaks in there. Preparing to join together on the in-breath, lifting, and exhale, folding down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold, right foot coming back. From here, we're going to lift up into a high lunge, so root the feet, reach the arms forward, and inhale, lift. You can bend the back knee slightly and dip it down. Just hover it above the mat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come forward. Plant the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. And inhale, cobra. I'm going to add on a little extra back bend, so exhale to come down. Inhale, reach the arms back, interlace the fingers, and exhale, lift the heart and the shoulders as if you're reaching your hands towards your feet. Breathe there. You can also optional squeeze the glutes and lift the legs. And exhale, come down. Press it back to child's pose. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, downward dog. 5 to 8 breaths. Whenever we're in down dog, we're regaining balance with the breath, and you can always choose child's pose instead if you need to. Deep breaths. You're probably feeling the differences in the body, the changes right by now, the temperature and the breath, the heart rate. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, right leg up, and exhale, step it through. Plant the hands, high lunge. Plant the feet, high lunge, inhale. Bend the back knee, exhale, dip it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head towards the knees. And inhale, scoop up the energy, lift it around. Exhale, drawing it down. A few breaths there before the other side, which will be a little bit different. Inhale to lift. Exhale, flat back, low, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward, left foot stepping back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Prayer twist, palms together, crossing that elbow to hook on the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms, lift the sternum towards the thumbs. And then exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, plank. Hold it here, optional side plank. So turn onto the knife edge of the right foot, stack the feet or keep them staggered for balance, and lifting up. Really, the more you press yourself away from the ground, the more lightness you will feel in the body. And exhale, down. Inhale to the other side if you did side plank. If it's too much, just come down onto your belly. Lifting the side waist away from the ground. And then exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, find your cobra. And exhale, make your way to downward dog, the appropriate way for you. 5 to 8 breaths there. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step it through. Drop, root the feet. Inhale, lift. Palms together. Exhale, cross. Prayer position. Inhale, lift the sternum to the thumbs. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Inhale, plant the hands. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scooping it up. Exhale down to the heart. Come home to yourself now, so just stay in this position, feeling the ground, the earth underneath the feet, feeling rooted. See if you can press a bit further and soften a bit deeper into the feet. Lifting through the arches as if you're drawing up earth energy through the legs to the body. As you let the breath begin to settle, do a little bit of balancing poses now. So we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Make sure you focus your drishti, your eye gaze, in one point. We're not staring, it's a soft, steady gaze, and the point needs to be something that isn't moving. From there, shift the weight into the left foot, soften that left knee, and inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, open and down. Try not to bring the foot down. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale, open and down. Moving with the breath. And next time you come in, taking hold of the knee, keep the chest up. To go a bit deeper, you can hook the big toe or take hold of the side of the foot and extend the foot forward. If you're still working with your knee bent, that's okay. You can keep working towards the pose if you can straighten it out. Feel free to open the leg to the side if you have that in your pose, in your practice. Deep breaths, standing tall. And exhale, bring it down. Just feel into the difference there between the legs and just watch it all settle down. So sometimes we really want to shake it out and sometimes that is nice, but it's also good to just witness the feelings there without trying to change them. And then when you're ready, we'll come and do the same on the other side. So hands on the hips, root the right foot, get your drishti. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift the knee and exhale to open it out and down. I find it easy if you flex the ankle, it gives me a bit more control. You can play around with pointing the toe or flexing it. The main thing is that we're working with our balance, syncing our breath with the opening of the hip rotation. And next one, bringing the knee in, holding it there. Keep the chest open or taking the other options. Big toe or side of the foot, standing tall. And exhaling it down. Witness those two sides and the settling. Okay, we're going to come into a triangle pose and then we'll go from there into another balancing position. So we're starting with the feet out wide, turn the right toes towards the front of your mat, back toes in slightly. If you drew a line, your front heel would connect with the inner arch of your back foot. Shoulders over the hips, extend the arms out, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the ribs away from the hips. Then exhale, start to slide that right hand forward, keeping the length in the front body. When you can't go anymore, tilt and open. Stacking the shoulders, looking up if you can or ahead. And then bringing that top hand to the top hip, looking just in front of the toes, bend the knee, and just plant the hand, fingertips, starting to step that back foot in. So you might just lift it up a little bit, or start to lift it up towards Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. The full pose is where we open out the hip, the drishti comes forward, and the hips are stacked, and so are the shoulders. But remember, you don't have to do the full pose right now, working towards it, and if that means you're still on your tip of your toe and that's enough balance for you right now, then that's where you're at. And yoga teaches us to just be with what is, where we're at, moment to moment, not to push too much, and to just trust that our bodies are working as much as they need to, energetically and physically. Exhale, step it down nice and lightly, and inhale, lift up. Swish the feet around. Get ready for the other side, so making up the shoulders over the hips, extend the arms, check the feet are in alignment. Inhale to lift that length, exhale to stretch it forward and tilt and open. Roll that top shoulder over the bottom. Keep that alignment nice and rooted with each foot equally. And the more that you twist this top hip and tuck the bottom hip under, the more we're opening through the heart and space, remembering always to think about creating space as much as we can everywhere. Exhale, top hand to top hip, bend the front knee, look towards the big, in front of the front toes, and then start to step it up towards that position. You might work with just keep on looking down for now, and then that side position comes later on. It's also good to do against the wall if you have one available, to really get the muscle memory into the body of this position. And exhale, try and step it back nice and lightly. Inhale, coming up. Bring both heels in so the toes are pointing out to the corners of the mat. We're going to do goddess pose. So we want to, as we bend the knees, we want them to go over the toes and really rolling the inner thighs open, as if it's this external opening of the hips and groin. Going to inhale and reach the arms up, palms together, and as we exhale, starting to sit down, pressing the inner knees open as much as you can, and lengthening that tailbone down towards the ground. Press the hands together to bring space between the shoulder blades. And breathe. Feel the burn, feel whatever's happening, and smile through it, because it will change very soon, like everything does. Inhale to lift, exhale to release. So we'll come down, but this time we'll add a little twist in there. So we're going to have our hands on our thighs, but try and keep the arms extended when we bend the knees like this. So it'll look like this. And then we're going to just twist side to side. So inhale here, and exhale, bend the knees, same as before. Keep pressing the inner thighs out, and then coming up, so your shoulders might come up a little bit as long as you can straighten out your arms. Then we're going to press into the right thigh and dip that right shoulder as if you're dipping it down, but keeping the arm straight, looking over the left shoulder, and you'll feel that nice twist in the upper back and shoulder on the right side. Inhale to the centre and come to the other side. Press into that thigh to keep it open. Inhale to centre and exhale, coming up. Heel to the feet back in. And if you feel like it, you can shake it all out now. Ooh. So we are going to come back down to the ground. We'll come down through a little vinyasa. Come to the front of the mat. And we'll inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, come down through chair pose. So you can see your toes, weights in the heels, and the chest is open. Again, you might feel the burn. We want that tailbone kind of tucked under, not scooped completely, but nice and flat. And exhale, come down. And down all the way. And we'll come into a forward fold, which is, for a lot of us who have tight hamstrings, can be hard. So sit up on something if you ever feel rounded through the spine. and maybe pulling the flesh away from the sit bones. Something to help the hamstrings, you can bend the knees and bring the abdomen onto the thighs, and then just start to gently pull the heels away from you and come forward. So try not bring the abdomen off the thighs so that the back of the body stays nice and long. Whenever you feel that the abdomen might come away from the thighs, then just stop there. So for some of you might still have bent knees, and some might have an extended spine. If your knees are straight, then we'll inhale to lift and exhale to come down, but really lengthening through the spine. This is really grounding, so if you want to close your eyes and soften into the pose, you can feel into that support. It's the root, the earth chakra. Breathing into the back body. Maybe bringing in Ujjayi breath so that you can hear the sound of your own breath. And then preparing to come out, so inhale and lift up. We'll come into a counter pose, lean back onto the hands and lift it up. So take the other option, you can bend the knees and press into the feet to lift up. High plank, upward plank, and then coming down. So we're going to come into a little bit of pranayama. So just getting comfortable in your seat. We're going to take Vishnu Mudra. So the first two fingers are going to press on the middle of the forehead, so in between the eyebrows. The thumb closes off the right nostril and the ring finger closes off the left nostril, and we alternate the nostril breathing like this. Very simple, so just first two fingers on the forehead and then swapping the breath over. So we just start by breathing easily, getting those full yogic breaths, moving in and out. And then bringing that right hand into Vishnu Mudra. The first two fingers placed on the third eye center. Inhale through both nostrils. And then close the right nostril to exhale through the left. Then inhale left. All the way in. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close and exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Release the hand and just breathe in easily through both nostrils. So just a natural breath and feeling into the body how it feels. Where the movement is in your body. Relaxing the arms and the face. And then when you're ready, we'll come down into the back. Starting to really ground down. Plug the knees in, rocking side to side. Get the massage on the lower back. Take the palms on the knees, rolling round in circles. Take a happy baby, so reach the arms inside. You can take the outside or insides of the feet and just come there. Some people like to rock side to side, so might want to stay there, really try and press down through the sit bone and press the soles of the feet to the ceiling, at the same time bringing the knees down towards you. So it's a nice deep opening of the hips. and then bring them down. Bring the feet mat distance apart, open out the arms in a T shape, and then roll the knees side to side. Exhale, knees come to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So moving with your breath side to side. Maybe the knees come closer to the ground each time. And back to center. Full body stretch. Nice and long. Then coming into your inversion if you feel like it. So the feet can come up. This is the most simple version. You feel free to bring them up against the wall if you have one available. Really restorative. Try and bring the sit bones against the wall as much as you can and the knees up. Or if you have Sarvangasana shoulder stand in your posture, you can do that. If you're attempting it at home, I would suggest don't attempt it for the first time on your own without having a teacher nearby, because it can be a bit vulnerable for your neck, so just stay with this pose. If you don't feel like being in an inversion, so when you're menstruating sometimes it doesn't feel very good, or if you've got high blood pressure, things like that, you can always just come into this pose. So just check in with yourself what you need to do right now. Arms are over the head to open the shoulders. Or you can bring them down and be with the belly breathing. If you're upside down, just starting to make your way down. So coming really down with ease slowly. And once again, hugging the knees in. This time, bringing the forehead to the knees, maybe taking hold of the sides of the feet, squeezing in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release down into Shavasana. Let the legs come wide, let the arms turn up and surrender there. Starfish position. If you need to, just grab any extra blankets or cushions and make yourself really comfortable so that you can fully let go and rest. Starting to soften the body and let go with each out breath. So if there's any heavy energy still in the body, anything that feels tight or cloggy, just imagine with each out breath that is sinking down towards the earth, all the heaviness, and the earth starts to take it away with each out breath, softening, giving away that heaviness, old energy to the earth. Softening through the whole body more and more with each breath. The neck and the jaw, the back, hips and legs. The arms nice and heavy and released. Soft face. And just be here now. If your mind is busy, just keep coming back to the sensation of your body against the ground, being held by the earth. And that soft coming and going of your natural breath. And the stillness in your body with the movement of your breath. Maybe letting go a little bit more, softening a bit more. witnessing whatever thoughts might come up. What is it that demands your attention away from this present moment, which is all that we have right now? So if you have time, you can stay there. Otherwise, you can invite the movement back in to the extremities of the body. And then start to make your way into the right hand side, just curling up in the fetal position there for a moment. Finishing with a quote by Peter Matthiessen. The search may begin with a restless feeling, as if one were being watched. One turns in all directions and sees nothing, yet one senses that there is a source for this deep restlessness, and the path that leads there is not a path to a strange place, but the path home. The journey is hard, for the secret place where we have always been is overgrown with thorns and thickets of ideas, of fears and defences, prejudices and repressions. The Holy Grail is what Zen Buddhists call our true nature. Each man is his own saviour after all. And if you're ready to get up, just slowly going back to a seated position to finish off our practice today. Bringing the palms to the heart, bring back that intention. And if you'd like to chant the peace mantra, Om Shanti, 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 take a deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bow the head to the heart. Acknowledge the inner light, the only true teacher. Open the hands. And then placing them over the eyes. Blink a few times. And coming back in your own way, maybe with a little massage or a squeeze. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today.